Welcome to the Live Wide Open podcast. I'm your host, Randy B. Ramirez, the high performance mentor, and I'm here to lead you to become the best version of yourself. This show raises the bar for all the motorsport enthusiasts. Holding it wide open is just what we do. Being a great person is who we are, and living our lives to the fullest is the lifestyle that we choose. Bro, you know something that I really love? Something that drives me just like crazy happiness, like on this borderline of danger but happiness, on this bliss of like this fucking zone that you get in, and it's just like, wow. Like, man, for me, you know, and I can only talk for me, right? But for me, there's nothing like floating a 700-foot stoppie, man. And 700 feet, it's actually been like my longest so far. My goal is to get 1,000, but 700 feet, bro. When you're rolling a 700-foot stoppie, it's just you. It's just you. It's the bike. It's the front tire gripping like hell, right? Because you're on the front tire, you're floating, right? And gravity is trying to throw you over the bars, and you're holding the limit. You're trying to push the bike as far forward as you can without going over the bars. Keeping it safe, but yet dangerous at the same time. This shit is chaos and control simultaneously, bro. And then it hit me the other day, right? Like, bro, life is the same fucking way. Like, if you want to ride safe, then stay on two wheels. If you want something legendary, then you gotta risk fucking tipping over. You gotta risk possibly falling. If you want to get distance, you gotta push the limits. And that's just how life works. If you want to level up, you gotta risk it. You gotta push yourself. You gotta push the limits. You gotta take risks that you normally wouldn't in order to improve your situation, right? Like, man, I remember the first time I ever pulled like a decent stoppie, right? Like a decent, I don't say a long one. Let's say like, when I say decent, like, let's say like over 300 feet, right? Like, and I was just talking about 700, right? And 300 is pretty decent. 300 is like, I could just say like an average that you come up to a street light and you roll. By my standard though, like a decent stop, you gotta be at least 500 feet, right? But I remember, like, you know, you come through the process as you're learning, you start rolling a little bit of distance, maybe you get 50, maybe you get 100, then you get 150, then you get 200 feet, and then you get to a point where it starts clicking and you realize that you're not going high enough, right? And so you start putting the bike a little higher. And so when you start getting some decent distance in here, right? Like, man, your heart's fucking racing, right? And like, you weren't sure, like, at that point, like, if you're gonna crash or you're gonna save it or you're gonna keep going sideways or you're not, right? Like, and then like I started putting things together, right? And the contrast of the fear, right? Of you going over versus the adrenaline rush that you get from going all gas and then straight into the brakes, from sending it, bro. Like, it's fucking amazing. It's like no other. And then that's when I actually realized, right? Like, man, the same way that I ride a stoppie is the same way that I need to then like live my damn life. Like you gotta fucking go for it, right? You gotta give it all you got, right? And there's gonna be a point where you gotta fucking hit the brakes and then coast the shit out of the momentum that you've built, right? In order to proceed to move up, in order to make more money, in order to get the next promotion, in order to level up, in order to improve your relationship, in order to become more spiritual, in order to level up your body, right? Like in any aspect of your life, it takes you pushing things to the limit in order for you to break the glass ceiling that we have in our mind so that we can improve, right? And so commitment is the foundation to everything, my friend. You see, in a stoppie, you have to be 100% committed. You can't half-ass this shit, right? You lean forward, right? And you load the front tire, and then once it comes up, like, you're all in, right? Like, it's opposite of a wheelie. Like, when you're doing a wheelie, right, and you throw it back, you always have the back brake that can save you. But in a stoppie, once you fucking grab the brake and you start going up from the back tire up and you start floating on the front tire, it's all on your fingers, on your balance, on how forward you're gonna go. And if you go too much forward, there's no coming back, right? And so a cool example that I can give you is like, it's like building a new business, right? Or like leaving a fucking soul-sucking job that you fucking hate, or like deciding to finally get fit, or like deciding to like let go of some bad habits that no longer serve you in your life, right? Like you can't tippy-toe through this shit, right? You gotta just go all in. You gotta say enough is enough, and I'm gonna make this change, right? Like half-ass equals wipeouts, right? Whether in a stoppie or whether in life. And so know that hesitation kills, my friend, but momentum, right? And actually, I should say commitment creates the momentum that you need to push things to the next level. But you gotta be willing to push things to the next level. Risk is the gateway to the growth that you need in your life. To ride along stoppie, like you risk wrecking, for sure. There's no doubt. If you want to get some distance, you gotta risk this shit. And you can't be all fucking pussyfooted. You can't be all scared. You can't be like, oh my God. Like, no, you gotta have commitment. You gotta be solid. You gotta be focused. You gotta have strength. And you gotta fucking go all in for it. Like, there's no way around it. If you want to roll some long ass stoppies, you gotta fucking give it all you got. And so the same thing goes to life. If you want a fucking better marriage, then you better risk having those hard conversations. If you want to grow in your career, then you got to risk going through the rejection, right? If you want freedom, then you got to risk the security that comes from playing small. The guys who refuse to risk it, they stay in the parking lot, my friend. But the guys who fucking send it, they ride the whole length of the track. They ride longer than they thought they could because they commit, they go all in, and they give it all they got. And every time you go farther and farther and farther, right? Just like it was the stoppie, similar in life. Like you float in the chaos and then you start trusting yourself, right? Same shit with a stoppie, bro. Like as I increased my distance, as I increased how much I can roll, if I'm riding and I haven't practiced, I could probably roll like maybe 300 or 400 feet, right? But if I'm get to a stop, to a point and like a little practice spot and I lock in, right? And I start practicing, right? The third, fourth, fifth try, I'm already going to the 500 zone, right? All because I lock in and I turn that chaos into passion, into drive, right? And like, it's kind of like midway through your stoppie, like you're not in total control. Like you're managing the chaos, right? Like you go all in full gas, wah, 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 and you fucking hit the brake, and now you're all up in the front wheel. You're looking straight forward, right? And you're managing the fucking chaos, because now you're managing the balance. You're managing the control. The bike wants to go side to side, and you gotta be solid. You gotta be focused, locked in on that target far, far, far away in order for you to roll some distance. You have to literally trust the bike. You gotta trust your balance, right? And you gotta hold your nerves. You gotta literally calm yourself from that moment of chaos that it's creating, that you've actually created for yourself, to be able to be in the zone, locked in, rolling some long ass stoppies. Because any little wrong movement, if you hit that front brake too much, boom, you're going over, right? And so in life, right, we grow through growth seasons, right? And many times growth seasons are messy, right? Like your next level will feel unstable. It's no doubt about it, right? Like hold your damn line, no matter how unstable it feels. This is what I've learned about going through growth seasons, right? In the midst of it, in the middle of it, especially when you commit to making some serious changes in your life, it's gonna feel chaotic. It's gonna feel like crap. It's gonna feel unstable. You're not gonna wanna do it, right? Because it's not what you're used to. But the longer you stay calm in the chaos, my friend, the further you're gonna float past the version of you who plays it safe. Just like a fucking stoppie, right? So if you wanna roll some long fucking stoppies, you gotta be willing to fucking take some risk. And in life, if you wanna level up, if you wanna become more fit, if you wanna become a better man, if you wanna improve your relationships, if you wanna be more spiritually connected, if you wanna make more money, it's all fucking the same. You gotta give it all you got. You gotta ride the chaos. You gotta lean into that zone of uncomfortableness where you normally wouldn't be at, in order to change things, in order to move things, in order to increase things for your life and take things to the next level, my friend. And so this leaves me with this one question for you, right? Where are you riding life, right? With both wheels glued to the fucking ground because you're too scared to flip forward, my friend. Like, where is it in your life, right? And maybe for you, it's not a stoppie. Maybe for you, it's in your workout. Maybe for you, it's in your relationships. Maybe for you, it's in your work. Maybe for you, is that you can't fucking get up early. Or maybe for you, is that you You avoid hard conversations, whatever it is. Where are you riding with both wheels glued to the fucking ground because you're too scared to tip over? Think about it, right? And then my challenge for you is this week, I want you to find one area where you've been playing it safe, man. And I want you to pull that fucking front brake, right? Pull that shit. Go all in, give it all the gas, pull that front brake, lean into it, and commit to something that scares the hell out of you. And fucking send that shit, bro. Because safe is forgettable. Risk is where the stories, where the wins, where the man that you want to become is created. You gotta be willing to take the risk if you want to let the level up. It doesn't come without it, right? Embrace it. Feel it. And fucking go do it anyway, my brother. Yo, I'm driving the checkered flag deep into the ground, and I'm calling all the motorsport enthusiasts who are out to play the shit out of the cards that they've been dealt with. Let's break free from all the shit that's been holding us back. And let's become the badass motherfuckers that we're all meant to be. Breaking the stereotype is exactly what we're here to do. This movement is all about living wide open and helping others level up is the mission that God has tasked us with. Yo, hit that subscribe button so you never miss another episode. And if today's message hit home, then it's time to contribute to the growth of this mission, my brother. Send this podcast to another man, to another brother, to another motorhead, to another gearhead, to another man who's on the same mission as we are, because leveling up is non-negotiable. And the future of you, my brother, your family, your peers, and everyone who matters in your life, they're all counting on you, bro. It's time to get the fucking work. I'll catch up with you on the next episode, but till then, live wide open, my friend.